Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and thank you to the people who are joining me on Twitch right now. They have overwhelmingly, by one vote, chosen that we do Am I the A-hole, which we are going to swiftly get into. So I have the Am I the Asshole subreddit opened up in front of me right here. Again, here is the things that we can come to the conclusion of. We have You're the asshole, you would be the asshole, not the asshole, you would not be the asshole, everyone sucks here, no assholes here, and not enough information. So we're going to scroll through this. If anyone's are screaming out to us, we will kind of join in them. Chat is saying hi to YouTube, and yeah, I'm excited. Okay, let me see. All right. So we have a lot of arguing going on. Okay, let's read this one. This one's kind of screaming out to me. So, chat, let me know how you're feeling about these, and then YouTube, please let me know in the comments as well. Let's get into it. Am I the asshole for housing my daughter but not my stepdaughter? Hi everyone, this is a doozy, and I think I might be the asshole. Oh, we're starting off with them thinking that they're the asshole, which is a phenomenal start, by the way. But I wanted some opinions. I'm a 48 male who inherited a beach house from my grandfather. Carly Rae Jepsen has a new song called Beach House, and it's so good. I got a beach house in Malibu, and I'm probably gonna hurt your feelings. I don't know if anyone knows it, but it's so good. I saw her a couple weeks ago, and she was amazing live. I inherited a beach house from my grandfather. The house has been in my family for generations and it has a lot of sentimental value for me. I am now with my long-term girlfriend for 7 years. Okay, so they're together for 7 years. We've been together for 7 years after a divorce from my first wife, which ended on good terms. She has a daughter from a previous marriage, and I have a daughter from my marriage as well. Our daughters are each 17, with mine basically being 3 months younger. Cara, the oldest, will be 18 in May. Cara has been in my life for 7 years and we have a good relationship. However, she is an active father in her life, so I did not fill that role, he says. I was in her life 50% of the time, so I have no doubt that I played a large role in her life. But I wouldn't say father, but others do say a non-legal stepfather. I feel like he's just describing what like a step parent is here. I don't know why it's being like dumbed down for us. I don't really appreciate that, but thanks. And he's also like raised her for 7 years. So apparently we're going to be going against that. I have my daughter Emmy half time as well, aside from summers where I had her more due to me and my ex's lifestyle. With that being said, my ex and I have a good relationship, as does our daughter with all of us. Cara and Emmy have gotten along and they are friendly. They have made plans independently of myself and my girlfriend, but they don't consider themselves sisters or best friends. Now to the issue. Cara will be going. So Cara is the girlfriend's daughter, right? So Cara is the daughter's girlfriend. Chat, this is correct, right? And then Emmy is his daughter from his previous marriage, right? This is true. I think that's right. Yes. Okay, perfect. So then we go on. But they have different lifestyles and would far more be comfortable alone or with a friend if I insisted she live with someone. It was a frank conversation, and she brought up the fact that the home will be hers one day, so it made sense. And she's right, the home will be hers by law, and in a few years I'll pass it to her. What? My girlfriend and Cara are very upset and calling it favoritism and pointing out that she will already be set for life between having a free ride to school via scholarships and housing, while Cara will be using loans and may have to take a gap year or attend another school altogether. They are asking me to reconsider, and they think that I've damaged my relationship, or I think I've damaged my relationship. Am I the asshole for this decision? I agree that it's favoritism, but Emmy is my daughter. Of course, I'm going to favor her. Wait, I'm confused. Now to the issue. Cara will be going to school near the beach house and has asked if she can live in it to save money, which would be significant. Emmy approached me and said that she wanted to live there after the summer, but wanted to live alone. The home is big enough for both of them, but they have two very different lifestyles. I want to give it to my daughter, and I don't want to give it. Am I the asshole for this decision? I agree that it's favoritism, but Emmy is my daughter. Of course, I'm going to favor her. I think it's deranged that Emmy, being his daughter, is living in this entire house by herself, and that this is being expected that, like, oh my God, it's almost not big enough for her. I think that is absolutely crazy. I just think, I'm sorry, the other girl, Kara, is equally your daughter as well. If you're speaking about like the past like 10 years, 7 years, 10 years, whatever. I don't know why they like, and she's living there so she can go to school, but your daughter of your previous marriage is like refusing to because she wants to live alone. But I mean, both of them have been your daughter for the fundamental periods of their life, and now you're not helping out your daughter, your other daughter. So I think that your daughter is being awful here. I think daughter is the asshole. I think your daughter is being the asshole, and I think that you're the parent who needs to be taking the stance of your daughter from your previous marriage is going to live there after summer, but your other daughter from your current relationship wants to live there so that she can go to school. I feel like, why aren't you putting down your foot here and saying that both of them are your children and they're both going to be sharing the house? I don't understand where you're like, am I the asshole for this decision? I agree that it's favoritism, but Emmy is my daughter. Of course I'm going to favor her. They're both your daughter, and I just don't think like that. I don't understand why it's a problem that if there's housing there available, why she can't stay there for school. What is the chat saying? Not the asshole. You're Kara's mom's boyfriend and not Kara's stepfather. Seeing it as you're not married. Kara's dad needs to step up and support her if money is the issue. Oh, okay. You're not the asshole. This is the end of your relationship with your girlfriend, though. Okay. This is not in any way favoritism because you aren't married and you do not share assets. You haven't legally adopted Kara, and the house isn't some asset the girlfriend will ever be entitled to. Girlfriend and Kara are acting entitled and are 100% in the wrong. I would put the house in your daughter's name soon as she turns 18 and let them know that you have no say in it. Okay, but here's my thing. I wasn't taking this as inheriting the house. I was taking this as staying in the house for a year. That's why I was saying, why can't they both just stay in it? You know what I mean? This isn't about inheriting the house. This is about staying in the house for like a year. Whereas your daughter wants to stay there for the summer, and your daughter from your girlfriend, who you've raised for 7 years, wants to stay there while she's in school. I don't understand why the chat is being so, not you guys, but I don't understand why the chat here is being like, you're not the asshole. This is the end of your relationship with your girlfriend. They're expecting too much. So they're not married. I thought after 7 years they were married. And yeah, if she's, a partier, then I get that. We haven't been told any of that. But I think the biological daughter wants to live there permanently. Well, I mean, it says that she wanted to live there for the summer or something like that. Emmy approached me saying she wants to live there after summer, but wanted to live alone while also in school. Okay, I mean, this is a confusing one. I don't think it matters he raised her for 7 years. My gosh. Okay, so this one's, I'm actually kind of like, okay, here's my take on it. If this is just boiling down to staying there for school years, then both the daughters should live there. But if this is boiling down to inheriting and living there permanently, then I would say that his daughter, Emmy, would be the one that gets it. And then, there's a conversation to have about, Kara, the daughter of the girlfriend. But I thought that this was just a conversation of staying there for school. If this is just a conversation of, that, then I mean, we're given so little information about properly his relationship with Kara and Kara's father that this one's just hard to read. I mean, all the comments are saying that he's not the asshole and that actually the asshole is Kara and the girlfriend. But I just think without knowing the dynamic, it's so hard to like pinpoint. Not enough information, Emmy said. I think I'm going to leave this one on not enough info. I feel like that's the first time ever in doing this series that I've came to that conclusion. I'm going to do this one on not enough info. Is that wrong, muckers? Like, what are we thinking? Let me know in the chat. I just think that there's not enough information. Let me know. Yeah, I can't come to any. Yeah, I can. No, it's fair. Need more information. Yeah, that's fine. All right, people are kind of agreeing with me on that. I appreciate that. All right, let's go on to another one. Okay. petting my stepdaughter's toy. There's a lot about step parents and stuff today on here. It's interesting. One of my favorite things about this subreddit is every time I come on here, there's always trending topics, like where the top ones will always be surrounding a certain topic. And for this one, it's about step parenting, which is fascinating. All right, let's read this one. Am I the asshole for invading someone's personal space? Not a serious or life-altering situation. For context, I, 33 female, live in the UK. Sorry to hear that, babe. We have quiet sections on trains and I booked... Oh my god, okay. If this one's going to be about the trains in the UK, I think I'm going to be able to come to like a very strong conclusion because I get so... My nose is so itchy, but I get so... The trains in the UK are such a... They can be the best and worst experiences of your life. So I'm excited for this one. Not a serious or life-altering situation. For context, I, 33 female, live in the UK. We have quiet sections on trains, and I booked my ticket specifically so I could do work on a table in the quiet section of my, train on the laptop. My friend, Leah, 34, sat opposite me. A man, 40s, 50s, was sat next to me, and about 15 minutes into the journey, starts watching Friends out loud on his iPad. My kind of guy. I love Friends. I'm kidding. Because that's really fucking annoying. It's really annoying. See, if I get on a train and I'm like, shit, I forgot my earphones. You know what I have to do? Stay on the train without my earphones and not listen to anything. I'm going to hop off. My sister's here. Enjoy. Thank you for being here. If you get on a train or transport or whatever and you've forgotten your earphones, headphones, suck it up. Suck it up. Suck it up. He was playing Friends loud on his iPad. What season? I put my headphones in, but it was loud enough that I could still hear it. That is so annoying. My friend and the person sat next to her were just giving him dirty looks, but he was oblivious and munching away on his sandwich. It better not have been a stinky sandwich, because that's also one of my biggest pet peeves whenever it comes to, like, train culture, when bastards will open up like a fucking egg sandwich or salmon or a salmon sandwich. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So I said, excuse me, would you mind turning that down a little bit, please? He said no. Literally one word, no. Then I mentioned that it was the quiet section of the train and he laughed at me and said, are you going to go tell on me? So he's coming with the attitude. It was so bizarre and annoying, but my friend just gestured to me to stay calm and leave it. So I closed my laptop and started watching with him and commenting. Oh, so they start watching Friends with him? That's kind of slay. That's kind of funny. It was so bizarre and annoying, I start watching with him. Oh my god, I love this bit. Watch the next bit. It's so funny. Oh my god, is this the one where X happens? I'm not a massive Friends fan, but I know enough to get by. He didn't respond, but just kept being irritated and giving me these looks, but I kept going. He moved the iPad from the table on his lap. He moved the iPad from the table to his lap, this is really funny. This is what I would do. I'd be so petty. Without turning the volume any lower. So I continued peering over his shoulder and commenting. I know that I'm going to have an opinion on this one, so now I'm like reading it too quickly. Peering over his shoulder and commenting. He finally slammed the iPad case shut, grabbed his backpack, and walked off, presumably to find another seat. I opened my laptop and carried on working. After we got off, Leah said I should have just left it and, not reacted to him, but it was a 4-hour journey and I had to. I paid extra to get the table seat, that too, in the quiet section. She said that I could have, offered my headphones. I don't think that, I don't think that this is a problem with this person at all. And, they're in-ear earphones and you're sharing them with a stranger? She said I kind of invaded his personal space. I didn't touch him or move him from the confines of his seat at any point. Am I really an asshole for watching someone's iPad? We're not in a fight. It's just kind of a lighthearted debate, and I want to know if I'm the asshole. Not the asshole at all. And I'm going to say that there are so many different, things to consider within this as well. Like, was the train super busy? Was he forced to sit there? All these different things. I'm going to take it as if the train was not busy and this was, the quiet section and you paid a lot, extra for this. I would say you're not the asshole because you're literally going out of your way to ensure that you're in peace and quiet so that you could work and that you could do all these different things. So I'm going to say affirm not the asshole. And I would say that, like, I'm not going to call this man the asshole, but because I'm trying to be a little bit nice, tonight. But what I am going to say is that he has no, like, public transport etiquette. And I feel that this is kind of like the same with like being on like a plane. There's certain things you do and don't do. There's certain things you do and don't fucking do. And one of the things you don't do on public transport is blast music, blast YouTube videos, blast a show without headphones. Especially if you're sitting next to someone who's doing work. One of my least favorite things is when I get on a train and I have forgotten my headphones. So what do? I just scroll on my phone and I don't hear any music or whatever. And the entire train ride, I'm listening to people blasting their fucking For You page on TikTok. It is a really obnoxious, annoying thing for someone to do. Like, it is really, really, really irritating when people do that. Someone said iPad kids. That's exactly what it gives. That is exactly what it gives. Playing your For You page on full fucking volume. Let me see what the responses are. Not the asshole, and Leah needs to stop being such a doormat. I do wish the guards would enforce the quiet zones, but the asshole-ish reaction from the guy you encounter does make me realize why they don't want to get involved. Their job is bad enough anyway. Leah is such a pushover. Well, I hope Leah reads this, because the chat are definitely loving her. Definitely loving her. Yeah, this is annoying. I mean, that is just common sense anywhere, right? If you're listening to stuff without your earphones, make sure no one's really around. Leah needs to get a grip. Leah is being eaten alive by the commenters. She deserves it. I mean, she's trying to, in a lighthearted kind of way, turn on her friend. Just, what the hell? Am I the butt face? What is this? Am I the butt face? What is this? Welcome to Am I the Buttface, the cool, relaxed nephew of Am I the Asshole. Is your primary question about a hookup or breakup? Is there not enough conflict? Are you one of those yahoos who insist Ross and Rachel were on a break? Do you frequently dwell on a confrontation that will probably never happen to you? Well, look no further, because Am I the Buttface is here to fill that void. What? What? What is this? Am I the Buttface? What a cringy little name. What a cringy little name. Sounds really cringy. So lower stakes. I guess so. Sounds really cringy, though. I'm going to be honest. Anyway, let's do another one. Am I the asshole for asking a disabled person to move seats on the bus for my child? Okay. I, 32 female, was on the bus with my 5-year-old daughter when we got at a busy stop. There were no empty seats available except for one near a person using a wheelchair, 40 male. How do you know their age? Did you ask them? Did you be like, I'm gonna write this later on Am I the Asshole? Can I have your gender preference and your age, please? So I can have like an accurate Am I the Asshole? How do you know their age? What? I asked the person if they could move their wheelchair to another spot so that my daughter and I could sit. This person's the asshole. This person is the asshole. I mean, I genuinely think anyway that, oh my god, I have like a shit stain on my armrest because I have oh my god. My granola has chocolate in it, and there was some melted on my hand, and it's now stained my white chair. Oh my god, no. Oh, bitch. Oh, no. I do have a carpet cleaner thing that I could possibly use on it. Bitch, this chair is getting used and abused. Anyways, I believe that children should give up their seats if there's a busy stop for adults anyway. So I think that is kind of going to show where I'm at with this one. There is no reason that a child should be sitting over anyone, above the age of 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. No child deserves to sit more than that. All things considered. So I asked the person if they could move their wheelchair to another spot so that my daughter and I could sit together. Why can't your daughter and you stand together? But the person declined, saying they needed space for their mobility device. What? I'm so shocked. Does the daughter have a disability? Unless we're told it, then we will assume not. I was taken aback and frustrated by this response. I explained to them that my daughter is very young and needed to sit beside me for safety reasons, but they still refused to move. Okay, why isn't your... Oh my god, I was literally about to say this. So yeah, your child sits and you stand. I was literally about to say that. Because of safety issues, my child needs to sit. Why the fuck are you sitting then? And if she's so small, yeah, sit on your lap. This person's just being an ass. But they still refuse to move. I ended up having to You know what's bad whenever it says this? This thread has been locked by the moderators. But they still refuse to move. I ended up having to stand for the entire ride for my daughter, which was uncomfortable and tiring for both of us. But I thought you said that you were sitting. Give the seat to your daughter, mama. When I told a friend about what happened, they said that I was being insensitive and ableist. True. They pointed out that the person in the wheelchair had a right to the space they needed because there was literally a designated space for them. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? And that it was unfair for me to ask them to move. Now I'm questioning whether or not I was in the wrong for asking them to move. Am I the asshole for asking a disabled person to move seats on the bus for my child? I mean, if you have to ask after this sentence, literally, like, this is a crazy... Oh my god, people have literally uploaded this to YouTube.
AITA for
Oh my god, this one has made it onto TikTok?
asking a disabled person to move seats on the bus for my child. AITA. You think a person in a wheelchair should move their wheelchair away from themselves so a 5-year-old can have a seat. On what planet? A. They need access to
Oh my god.
their only way of mobility. B. Pop your kid on your lap. C. Sir your kid down and stand. Far out. AITA big time.
You're the asshole. Wow. I can't believe it made it to TikTok. That's when you know it's bad. This may be the worst one so far, Junkie said. Yeah, I think that this is one of the worst ones we've read. You're 100% the asshole, and I think you know this, and that's the reason you're asking it. But 100% you're the asshole. Imagine being so entitled that you genuinely think standing up on your perfectly good working legs is so awful and tiring that you ask someone who is physically unable to stand to get out of your way. This one is super short. Yeah, the fact that it's super short and it's still an obvious you're the asshole is such a bad sign. Should we read this one? I mean, it has a lot of replies. Okay, last one. Am I the asshole for refusing to stay in my parents' house while my sister and her newborn baby stay there? My sister and her partner are having a baby in October and are planning on living in my parents' house for the first few months of the baby's life. I have a daughter who will be 1 in September, and we usually stay at my parents' house anytime I visit. We live very far away. Here's the issue. I am refusing to stay in my parents' house while my sister and her newborn baby are there, and it's upsetting my mother. I am not doing this to hurt my parents, and I've explained to her that it just wouldn't make sense for us all to be under one roof. Firstly, my parents have a tiny bungalow. I mean, this is already apparent that this person's not the asshole. I mean, you don't need to have not the asshole like linked here for me to know this. Firstly, my parents have a tiny bungalow, and if we stayed there, we would have to give, their bedroom. My mother suggested this, they would have to give us their bedroom. My mother suggested this, as the only other free bedroom is a tiny one, which isn't big enough for a bed and cot. This would mean my parents would have to sleep on couches. This is actually like looking out for the parents as well, so 100% not the assholes. Secondly, a newborn baby crying would be too loud for my daughter, and my daughter would, playing would be too loud for a newborn baby. Again, the house is really small. I feel like this person's looking out for everyone involved. I feel like they're looking out for everyone involved. Not only are they not the asshole, they're like being incredibly considerate. Third, my daughter is in creche and picks up any sickness going there, and I don't think it's a good idea to have a sick toddler around a newborn baby. This person's not the asshole. This is like I feel like this person just wants compliments. My mother is upset that I'm doing this to her, but I have no malicious intent and I'm trying to look out for everyone's best interest but her reaction makes me feel like I'm being an asshole. Edit, we would still be visiting during this period, but just staying at my in-laws instead, who live around 30 minutes away. We would still see my parents and my sister, but I feel that this is a good compromise, but my mother really wants everyone under the same roof. I feel like this is the last one was the easiest, you're the asshole. I feel like this is the easiest, you're not the asshole. I feel like you're looking out for everyone here. I feel like the mom is putting herself first and being really selfish, and I feel like the mom's being a bit of an asshole here by trying to like have everyone and not looking out for the parents involved, not looking out for her partner. They're having to sleep on couches, not looking out for the sickness of the children. I think this is like a very easy you're not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. Your concerns are valid. I understand why you wouldn't want to stay in a small house. If the toddler gives the newborn a sickness, they will have to go to the hospital if they're under 3 months. It's a very serious thing. Yeah, I feel like people are very much so coming to the same conclusion that you are not the a-hole here. Not the a-hole at all. Yeah. Can we do one more? That was too easy. Okay, we'll do one more. Ooh, this one sounds interesting. Oh, but it's short. You're all gonna be pissed because it's a short one. Am I the asshole for not letting my husband name his child after his dad? I love conflict. This is like conflict. I, 38 female, was talking to my husband, 41 male, about naming our next child. Our first child has 2 middle names. One is his maternal grandfather. The other paternal great grandfather. My husband thinks if we have another boy, the next boy should have a middle name of his parental grandfather, my husband's dad, as he missed out on a first child. My problem is the name of my husband's dad is the same as my abusive ex-husband that I wish forgets exists. Am I the asshole for not letting my husband name his child after his dad because of, my ex? Not the asshole. And I think that your husband not recognizing the reason you don't want to do that is a huge red flag and is really, really, really bizarre that your husband wouldn't. I understand that it's the dad's name, but literally being like, why aren't you wanting to name your child after your abusive ex-husband? There's no way that you're the asshole. And I would actually argue that your husband's being a little bit of an asshole. I would argue that that's a red flag. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. The fact that he cannot realize why that's a problem and why you would not want your child to do that is crazy, and you're not the asshole at all. Another easy one, yeah. Okay, well, Muckers, thank you for being here for another installment of Am I the Assholes? Some very ranging ones today. I appreciate you being here. Let me know your response to these down in the comments down below. Thank you to everyone in the chat as well. Chat is actually down here. Thank you, everyone in the chat. I appreciate you all being here, and I appreciate you submitting your responses as well. Bye, YouTube. I will see you in my next one. Let me know if you have any. You can send them to me on Discord right here in the Reddit posts. And yeah, that was a very interesting one. Okay, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.